Good morning. Wednesday the 22nd of April. Star date 22nd of April. Location Bedhampton. Year 2020. The year of Make Movement Your Mission. Thank you, someone is in. I thought it was on my own then. Thought I'd be talking to myself. Wouldn't be the first time. This is the morning rolling. Come on, come on. We're still here. Did you think you'd got rid of us? Day 31. Day 31. In Bex's house. Terrible, terrible. Never on your own, Bex. Oh, thanks, Bob. Bob, LaVenture, Dawn, Skelton. Come on in. Who else is coming in this morning? Just to say that again, it's the 22nd of April. It's the 8 a.m. morning snack, if this is the one that you want. If we're the one that you want, we are the one you want. You know what to do. Stay here. If not, slide us across. That's the beauty of catch-up. You can get rid of all of this preamble. Sunny and Dundee. It's Sunday. Day 31. Yes. Come in. Cooey, Cambridge. Come on. Hello, Brits. Shrewsbury. Up and at 'em. You bet. Oh, yeah. AD got up an hour early, but so she's been filling in, crowbarring in, catching up on the preambles. That's a new one. I haven't read that anyone has enjoyed catching up on the preambles. You're leading the way on that one, AD. Good morning, Carol from Hove. Hello, Di. Singing along. We are the one you want. Dorset, Moranen, Berkshire, Brother, Dawn Skelton, Korean Larrick. I think it's probably about a 1.5 minute, just to be precise, countdown before we get going. And look what we've got, everyone. We've got a new chart. We did all that. Blank canvas. Phase 2 starts here. Or it's still phase 1 if you're joining for the first time. Just bigging up the part. Not a lot changes really. 3 times 10-ish minutes per day. Accumulating mindful, targeted, purposeful movement minutes over and above anything else you're doing. New chart. We love a visual. We love a visual motivator. It's uncharted territory. Who thought you'd all still be here with us? Who'd have thought? Good morning, Wisbeach. Greetings to Sister Carol Elliott from Sandy and friend Helen Chappell from... I don't know what that says. But... the comment ends. I've got to click to see more. I'll have to read it later, Sheila. Hello, Wales. Come on in. Still here. Somerset. Someone else has said it. Maddie's in. This is good. Top of the pops. Deb's still singing. Okay. Should we do it? Just before we do that, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, yeah, I'm ready to move. 1 being, oh, I'm only here because she's dragged me out of bed. Where are you on that scale? 10, you're ready to move, or 1, you're still getting in the mood. What's your number? Give us your number. Vivian's in, Jenny's in, Adie's on a 10 because she's been waiting for an hour. Alison's on a 10. Lester, right, come on, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, my name is Bex Townley from Later Life Training. We are here on the 22nd of April, day 31 of Make Movement Your Mission. It's the first movement snack of the day. If you're joining for the first time, hold on to your hats for a mobility routine like you've never known. Pick your position, sit or stand, on we go. Okay. In sit. Let's do these ones first. If you're in stand and you know what you're doing, carry on. In sit. Hip walk forward. Take your time. Bring your feet with you. Sit taller, lengthen, and you have two options. We're going to start the circulation booster. We can either start that from the top end, as it were, alternating arms, 1 or 2, or bring them together. Focusing on this shoulder movement, on a lifted open posture. For many reasons, it might feel more comfortable to just link the hands together. Then we can go down to feet if this is an option for you. And here we focus on ankle, feet and toes. And in this morning session, I purposefully just wear white socks on this blue contrast towel, so you can really get to see what we're aiming for feet to do. Over time, when you're ready, bring those in, or you may want to link them up. Okay, that's your seated. In stand, support of an appropriate height for you. Circulation boosting in stand starts with a rhythmical transfer of weight, a march or a walk on the spot. But then we want to make it as best it can be. So lift through the posture. Keep the support, don't challenge your balance here. Lift, open and really articulate feet and ankles. So we're trying to get the ankles moving. It's first thing in the morning, unless you've already been out doing, flying around doing your usual morning chores. Ankles and feet and the circulatory system in general is going to be a bit sluggish. So we just need to give us this little boost. 1 or 2 arms when you're ready. And we do this just for a minute or so, a minute and 15 seconds. And at the end of that, we should feel, we want to take a deeper breath, just this, not exhausted, not out of breath, not grasping for breath, just a comfortable feeling of a deeper breath. Now, whether you're in sit or stand, just take a moment to think about how you're stood, how you're sat. Weight is even, I've got support if I need. And we want to lengthen, get the most out of this upright, strong, confident stance in posture, and the same in sit. So we're here. So we're active and ready to move into the mobility routine. That's going to start from the top end. Here we go. It's our shoulder rolls, up, back and down. If you're joining for the first time, we're after quality, not quantity. Take the time and feel this whole range of movement. Can you see I'm coming up? I go a little bit forwards, back, and here's the critical bit there. Now, if that feels too much for shoulders as well, just make the movement smaller. Keep the head still and just aiming for this smooth, bigger. Over time, we're just looking to increase the size or the range of that movement. If you're comfortable in stand and you've been with us for a while and you just want to take a very steady foot pedal as well with that, you can. I don't want to continue with a circ boost, but we can do a foot pedal. Now that might challenge your balance, so keep the hand behind, and it's going to challenge coordination as well. Primary aim is shoulders. Then we're going to move up. I'm going to come closer to here so you can see, but in sit or stand, here are the head turns. Here we go. Starting from centre, shoulders down, this posture remains lifted and strong. This is slow, this is really slow and I want to say deliberate. By that I mean you're thinking about that turn and just being aware how far you can turn. Don't want you to force it, no speed, no momentum. Have you got the same range of movement on either side? We're all a little bit lopsided usually, so not to be concerned about that, but just be aware. And obviously this head turning movement, along with the posture position and the shoulders, directly link into all of our activities of daily living. On these mobility movements, starting with 1 or 2, building up to 5 maximum. Third mobility movement in this top end is the neck. I'm turning sideways so you can see. It's this one. All other posture points remain the same, whether you're in sit or in your stand. And this movement may be smaller or may be larger, depending on how your current posture is. But I do want you to do this on all these other posture points in place. So you may be aware that your head is slightly forward generally. Just can you ease it back a bit? Don't force it, just be aware. And we're mobilising the back of the neck, all to support this optimum position in the top end, as it were. All right, let's have a little bit of a boost. So now a little bit of a boost in stand, a little bit of boost in sit. And on the arm movement, not pace or speed, but range. So fluid and rhythmical, but how is that movement forward and back? And can you see I've definitely got this little bend here. I'm bringing the arms up. I don't want long flailing arms. I want it to enable me to really drive, literally. This is how we walk, yes? I can walk off screen. Okay, this bit, here we go. The middle bit serves to support all of our activities of daily living. So let's look after that. Let's look at the movements that we want to improve, starting with our turning. In stand first, take up support, turning the trunk, turning the head, may challenge your balance to a lesser or greater degree, so use the support. Wider stance, this will make you feel more confident and steady, and it's a turn and a return. Doesn't stay there, it moves, mobility moves. I move around and my pause is in the centre. Can you see that really strong, steady? It's just the top half that goes here. Whatever you want to do with your arms, they can come round with you, they can just walk through the hips with you. If we're going to turn in daily life, it's probably going to be because we need to get our arms somewhere to do something, be that seat belts, be that reach and grab, or just maybe just to speak to someone behind us. In the sit position, the same. Remember, buttocks are anchored, so as I turn, it's literally just from this centre bit. I should feel equal pressure across both of my buttocks. Pause in the middle, have a pit stop if you want to. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from the middle here. Hands can come with you if you want. It's relaxed but controlled, no momentum, no pace. I'm not forcing it, I'm just easing it and being aware. How is that for me? How is that for you? Into side bends. At any time, if you feel the posture muscles are getting tired, and it's highly likely that they will, it's potentially not a usual position for us to be in, especially if we're spending lots of time seated at the moment. We tend to be a little bit flexed, so all of these movements are to open, lift and support a more upright, functional posture to support lifting, carrying, reach, grab, grasp, lift, for example. What are we on? Sorry, got carried away. Side bends, here we go. Buttocks stay firmly in place. Fingertips on chair if you need. It's bend and a return. Now I'm showing this movement quite small. That's okay. Feel your way around this, because I want you to feel that you can bend and come back comfortably. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. So there's two parts to this that we need to think about. So you might feel that going down is okay, but coming back might feel more challenging or harder. So just be aware. I want to come down and come back at the same degree of effort and comfortability. If that's a word. I don't think it is, but I've just made it up. Wider feet in stand. This helps with the balance. Use the support. It's the sideways bend and the come back up. Support at the right height. We are alternating here, pausing in the middle. If you're steady and confident and you're literally rock solid in this bottom end, if you want to, we can add a little reach away from that. So we've got a little bit more going through the shoulders, makes it a little bit more functional. This is why we need to bend sideways to reach, grab and bend. Take a pause. Have a little release, do whatever you want just to free up, get ready for the next one, which is our back extension. So this is the opposite to being slouched and flexed. Have a look. If you know what's coming, make a start. Let me start in seated today. Forward position, anchored feet, anchored buttocks. From your usual posture position, whatever that is, work through the length. So we're just going to lift and lengthen, and the length comes from the centre into a more upright posture. Now that might feel, that's as far as you can comfortably go. That might be your extension, and if that's the case, that's great. That's the start point. It may even be the end point. But are you lifted as comfortably as you can? And then we add an extra squeeze, and it comes straight back out and straight back down. And that extra squeeze can have an extra bit of guidance by way of a hand here, only if that's comfortable. This in itself requires shoulder mobility, but we get a little bit of a guide there. 1 or 2 or 3, 5 max of these, same in stand. In stand, we've been talking about keeping the hips firm so that I'm not thrusting. I'm easing back into this position, there, and return. And where is the gaze? Where is the gaze? Forward, forward, forward. The gaze stays forward. At this moment in time, we're not going to talk about lifting the head up. Gaze stays forward, forward, forward. Have another little bit of that. Just in between this, if you're in seated and feet, toes and ankles are an option, just have a toe squeeze, a toe splay, and just a little bit of quick feet. Same in stand, just have a little bit of an extra squeeze, have a little bit of a stutter step here, just a bit of quick feet. Now I'm going to move into ankles. Standing option, when you use the support for this one, the leg nearest to the support is the static leg. It's the leg that doesn't move. Okay, so here's my support leg, and my moving leg is the outside leg. This is purely because so that I can support an upright posture here, and at any time if I feel unsteady, I can put that foot down. And actually, that's not a bad thing. Improving these reactions is all part of it. So have a glance down, look ahead. If you need to, anytime, put the foot down. Same on the other leg. If you've been with us for a while and you're steady and confident with this ankle mobility, you can translate that into a really deliberate stride whereby we use that mobility focus into a step. In seated, there's 2 options. Actually, there's more than 2 options. I'll just show you 2 options today. So we can take this one, and as you can see, this brings in my hip and a little bit of knee action as well. Glance down if you need to. It's okay to see what's happening. You get loads of information from vision. Certainly if you have some limitations and restrictions to sensation. So have a look. Have a look. Same on the other side. Or if that's not an option for a whole raft of reasons, come back, hip walk back into the chair, and we can take just the ankle range here. Bringing in the toes as well, give them a stretch, give them a squeeze. If lower limb, feet, ankles isn't an option, I'm going to suggest that the focus is this hip mobility, this hip walk, backwards and forwards in the chair on this lifted posture. That, everyone, is our morning routine done, but I need to give you something to crowbar into your day. So it's the usual heel raises and toe raises into your daisies. So that's here and a slow return. You might want to add a little knee bend if you want to. Toe raises are here, toes up, toes down. Crowbar them in the kitchen, in the garden. Seated options, you're going to crowbar in some glute squeezes, really get the back buttocks fired up, take the pelvic floor on that as well. And if an option, your toe raises are feet slightly forward, and your heel raises are heels slightly back. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? Off the scale, you can give me an 11 or a 12 if you want. Okay, done. And look, I'm looking at the little number on the screen, and you're all still here. Keep coming back. Oh my goodness. Back at 12, if you fancy it, for some strength-related activities for functional life. You know what I'm going to say? I've got a new catchphrase for this phrase. It's going to be back to front, but down the bottom it says, keep on crowbarring. Come on folks, keep on crowbarring. Thank you Anita, 15, 12, 10, 8, thank you lot, Seth. All right, keep it coming. I'll read the comments now. Thank you folks. See you at 12. Keep on crowbarring.